Oh, yeah.
Goes.
Cheesesteaks. I'm just kidding. It's a show.
You want a beat?
Yeah, give me a beat. It's a phenomenal beat. I have to say, this is one of the least dry cheesesteaks I've ever had.
That's coming from the cheese whiz herself.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Stephanie.
The cheesesteak, the holy grail of sandwiches, was started right here in the city of brotherly love. No matter who you talk to in Philly, everyone has their own opinions about the best steak. Sure, we have Pat's and Geno's as the big names everyone throws around, but are there other cheesesteak joints flying under the radar?
Nestled on Market Street in Old City, Campo's Deli has been a Philadelphia staple for more than 70 years, serving some of the tastiest sandwiches, steaks, and hoagies in the city. But they don't just have your typical whiz wit. They have 9 cheesesteaks, 5 chicken cheesesteaks, and even a vegan cheesesteak. Each one smothered in cheese with other add-ons like mushrooms, peppers and onions, buffalo sauce, jalapenos, and broccoli rabe.
And that's all great, but that's not why we're here. We came to get down and dirty to try the classic Philly cheesesteak and see how it stacks up among the greats. We have our delicious Campo steaks here.
Can't wait.
They deliver to our office, so we eat.
So kind.
We eat Campos a decent amount. We actually went today to get them.
Never been.
Yeah, never been. Should have called ahead, took a while.
Yeah.
And then just got a ticket. So here we are.
Yep. Who knew you had to pay that parking?
Whatever.
Not me.
I don't know. Whatever. All right, so
Ready to
I'm
go.
absolutely starving, and I'm eating this now, and I don't even care. I can't even get it open. I'm like shaking with the hunger sweats right now.
You're just gonna be demolishing this.
You got Whiz Whip, right?
Yep. Whiz Wit. It's a little soggy. I mean, we left it for like 20 minutes, I'd say, to get back here. But the bread gets nice and soggy. I don't know if you're into that. You're just gonna hear me chew.
I don't know. This is like I don't like my bread super toasted because then when you bite into it, like little daggers are like shaving the top of your mouth.
That's
I don't know
true.
if that's happened to you before, but
No,
this is
that's
nice.
definitely
It's
happened to
It's
me.
got like bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I'm into that.
I just don't like how kind of soggy it is up here with the cheese.
And I like how much cheese there's at the top, but I've been burned before, where it looks like, oh yeah, it's a lot of cheese. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, it looks like they rubbed it into the side of the roll. I'm pretty stoked. My hopes are high, and the meat's not super thick, which I'm also stoked about. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling really confident right now.
It's definitely better when they put the cheese on the bottom of the roll instead of just throwing it on top. I mean, ideally they would do both, but
Oh yeah. I love cheese. I know a lot of people are super jazzed over how Cheese Whiz is like a mystery cheese, and they're like, Cheese Whiz isn't good. They're wrong. First of all,
it's delicious.
people who say that I get it. Everybody likes their own thing, but provolone cheese on a steak, get out of here.
Provolone cheese in general, I'm just not a huge fan. I don't like the smell of it. Very few times I can tolerate provolone.
Stinky cheese.
Like on a roast beef sandwich, sure.
One thing I would also like to bring up, Campo's has jalapeno cheddar cheese. If we were not doing the same steak every time, oh man, I would have been all in with the jalapeno cheddar. A little kick.
That sounds really good.
Oh man. Love cheese.
But we gotta be purists for this. We're doing the Lord's work. Yeah, the cheese is good so far. I'm not getting dry either. Mine's a little cold, but also it was
yours
sitting
was
out.
also, yeah. Yours was unwrapped.
And these onions are good too. They're a good size. Look at that. It's like a strip of onion here.
Is it usually not thick?
Sometimes they have those really little ones, or sometimes they have even longer that would be used for like peppers and onions. But I like this size a lot. And they're crunchy. Not overcooked. This one was much smaller than the Pat's one, right? Pat's was like a full footer. This is not a whole roll, as you can see. So what would you say that was? Like,
I have no idea.
I don't know, maybe like 8 inches?
They're about the same price too. But
I think this was a little cheaper, wasn't it?
only by like $1. 2 steaks were like
19?
$19.50 or something like that.
That's not bad. But they are cash only,
Yeah, we
despite
got
what
burned.
Yelp says. Yelp
Yeah.
tells us that they accept credit cards, but they don't.
I went in so confident. I was like, can I get a Whiz Wit
Here you go,
and
bitch.
a Whiz
Take my
Wit
card.
out? And she was like, that'll be $19.50 and we're cash only. I'm like, oh, I'm the guy.
She
Okay.
had to say it.
I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll pay your $1.50 ATM charge.
They need to inform Yelp.
Oh yeah, look at that cheese melting down the side of the roll. Oh, what up?
That's a beautiful roll. Look at that.
I have to say, this is one of the least dry cheesesteaks I've ever had.
That's coming from the cheese whiz herself. Miss Stephanie.
I don't know, my steak experience, I'm 3/4 of the way there. Man, this has been a great steak experience. See, Wells Fargo Center, there's Campos in Wells Fargo Center. Look, they just do not do Campos justice. If you have never had a Campos steak and you get one at the Wells Fargo Center and you're like, this is pretty terrible, it does not taste like this.
Look at these meat ribbons.
Meat ribbons.
Not so much a ribbon, because it's chopped up, which is how I believe
Is it
a
chopped
steak
up?
should. It looks pretty chopped. Look.
It's like, if it's chopped though, it's like very
Well,
roughly
I like
chopped.
the
It's
way
not-
this is.
Yeah.
This is like easy to eat chopped. Like if it's too chopped, it's falling all out.
The
you know?
thickness of this meat is pretty quality. Like I have very minimal complaints about this steak. I wish
And
I
the
would
flavor.
have. I wish I would have
Flavor's
eaten
good.
it warm. Like I mean hot. It's warm now, but I wish I would have
Piping
eaten
hot.
it. Yeah. Because the cheese is adequately placed. Somebody took notes and opened the roll and put the cheese in.
They watched our first video.
With a little TLC. The meat itself is cut, like it's sliced a little bit thinner, which I like because I don't like that, like Gino's
Yeah, I like
has
it
that
too.
thick hunks of meat. Not a fan. And the bread, it's spongy. It is delightful. I've been to Campo's a bunch, and I don't think I've had a bad steak except for the one at Wells Fargo Center.
That was good. One of the big reasons that I'm doing this personally is to find my favorite cheesesteak. Because I don't know.
I know.
I know you know, but I don't.
So
I need to figure out what my favorite cheesesteak is.
that Campo's experience was pretty delightful. I never thought of Campo's as one of the top contenders for my personal favorite cheesesteak. But I don't know, that was pretty good. Like if we're doing a 1 to 5 rating, gotta give it like a 4.3. I'm gonna say
Wow.
4.3. It was pretty good. And I don't even know why. I think the only reason I'm only giving it a 4.3 is because I'm concerned that since only the second one we've had, that they're better along.
Yeah. It's going to be hard to scale this. Didn't I give Pat's a 3?
Yeah, because I gave them a 2.
All right. So this was definitely better than Pat's.
Yeah, Pats can suck it.
So I'll just stick with a 4 then, just to be safe. Because when I find that 1, I want to mean it.
I want to mean
When
it.
I give it a 5, like this is the best cheesesteak I've ever put in my mouth, I want to mean it.
I knew the moment I put my favorite cheesesteak, which I don't want to say because I want to do it and have people be like, really? That's your favorite cheesesteak?
Yeah.
Oh man, I knew. I was like, this is it. I'm all in. Wacky Wednesdays, let's go.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing. So, thanks for watching the second video.
Thank you so much.
Campos was a much better experience. And we would really like to know what cheesesteak you think we should try.
Yeah, it's really important to us.
Until next time.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.